to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me
I'm your host, FaZe Keemstar.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Europe. This is the most badass YouTube broadcast in all the known land. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Tommy C, and this is Shot from the Point. My point man dead on Dave. Let's get right into it. The news. All right. Here's the deal. FaZe Banks is innocent until proven guilty. A lot of what was going to be said tonight is going to depend on the entire and full video. But, and I put a little montage together, his statements, both to Barley House and on social media, they have changed. They have absolutely changed. Anything from sex assault to men actually attacking her. The only video out there is women attacking her. The only guard, he said bouncers. That's convenient. That'll probably save a lawsuit. And there's a lot of other stuff going on. The one thing that has been, let me just cut the music and get right into this. Before we go into this, we have to go into the news program itself.
Right.
And I'm gonna play one thing Keemstar got dead right, and I'm gonna play the biggest thing he got wrong. But in order to do that, we have to debunk this narrative. I did it on social media, and we're going to do it now.
It's probably one of the most important things.
Because we can't really do it. If you believe that the news is fake, right? And Keemstar didn't prove that. He just made the accusation. Then there's no point in going on.
Right.
In fact, you can turn it off right now.
Might as well.
You might as well. Let's go into this right now. This is Keem on his Twitter thing. This is also prior, in fairness to him, to multiple reports. So, here we go.
Cleveland 19 News basically did a hit piece on Alyssa Violet and FaZe Banks. They went to the Barley House, the bar where this happened, and they showed security footage. But the security footage is basically all chopped up. There's too many jump cuts. It doesn't tell the true story.
All right, here's the problem. You said it was a hit piece. Why? It doesn't tell the true story. What is it? Now, the only thing I know that came out of that interview with Banks is that there's more to it, and they didn't show that, which, by the way, might be true. They could be screwing Banks. They've screwed Banks in the past. Fox 11 in Los Angeles. But to simply say it's a hit piece, why is it a hit piece? What did they get wrong? What did they lie about? I don't know if there's anything out there. Was it altered? How was it altered? None of those questions were answered.
And, you know, in Keem's mind, it doesn't have to be. You know why? Very simply. Because he would know a hit piece considering FaZe already did a hit piece at the beginning of this entire fucking thing. The entire beginning of this.
Yeah, the first guy who ran the hit piece and may have broken the law.
That was a hit piece.
And may have broken the law was Alyssa Violet and FaZe Banks.
Yep.
They may have broken Ohio law, according to a lawyer, not me. Right. Here we go.
Now, I just did an interview with FaZe Banks where he explains that there's big parts of this news story that are missing.
I'd say the odds of that are pretty damn good.
Probably.
So why would Cleveland 19 News basically do this hit piece on Banks and Alyssa? Why would they defend the bar and try to make it seem like the bar did nothing wrong? Well, it might be because Cleveland 19 News works with the Barley House.
Hi, I'm Chef Jeff of Flip My Food, and here's today's quick flip. To liven up your favorite summer recipes, simply add some Leinenkugel Summer Shandy. For more cooking tips, watch Chef Jeff's Flip My Food, filmed at Cleveland's Barley House, Tuesday, July 14th.
At the Barley House.
That is irrelevant.
It's a
for the reasons I stated during the video. Why is the connection between them make it a fake news report? All you've done is call. Look. First of all, we don't know if that's a business relationship. That could be, hey, sure, film here, right? We don't know if they're sponsors, if there's money's exchanging stands. We know they have a relationship. How unusual it is for a local bar to work with the local news organization. Even if Barley House does sponsor the news, you still have to prove what they got wrong or deliberately did. You have to prove it. So far, that's not the only reasonable explanation that I've heard, is that the tape's not out.
Right.
That's it.
Which
but
apparently
simply
it's coming.
the odds of a bar this big having a relationship with multiple news organizations, multiple channels to advertise their product. That means anybody that's ever given that news organization any amount of money for sponsorship in their news program is completely discredited, according to Keem. And there's a real problem with that. If you want to apply that logic,
punches thrown this
hold on a second. I hit the wrong goddamn button here.
I'm your host, FaZe Keemstar.
By that logic, your entire interview was utter bullshit because of your relationship or past relationship. I don't know if there's any kind of money exchanging hands now with Keemstar. Now, I'm not saying that's true. I don't know if that's true. But here's the thing, and I did not have time to. I just got a tweet before we, little before we went in the air, saying that show has been canceled. It hasn't run in a year. Now, I haven't confirmed that, but if that is the case, then it's identical. That means they're liars because they're exchanging money, and you and Banks are liars because you're exchanging money. That is circumstantial at best. At best. And it doesn't change Banks' statements prior to the video coming out. Not at all. That's it. Now, what do we run first? Do we run the montage where Banks got it wrong? I think we actually run the news thing first.
Yeah, because you know what's interesting about that? It's from a completely different news organization that has zero ties.
In fairness to Keem, well, zero ties that we know of. In fairness to Keem, this wasn't out at the time that he did that Twitter video. All right.
Have you confirmed that? Because from what I understand, it's ran right.
That thing came out just as you found it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Because I think it was posted on the site, but I think it.
Well, all right. I'm pretty. We got to give Keem the benefit of the doubt here.
Fair enough. Yeah,
he doesn't. He may not have known about it. Even if I'm wrong about that,
he may not have known about it.
It's not all that relevant. Now, here is a different news report, not the one that Keem was talking about on Channel 11 or Channel 19. Excuse me. This is a different one.
Punches thrown this weekend at a popular downtown bar. Tonight, the Barley House is fighting back against two internet bloggers and their astronomical number of followers. The popular YouTuber.
Boy, that is irrelevant.
They're painting a picture.
They are painting a picture.
They absolutely are.
Nobody says that I'm not giving FaZe the benefit. I've been giving the benefit of the doubt all week. It's just getting worse for him, and it's not my fault.
It's harder to defend.
They got everything on video.
And tonight, Don Kendrick has our first look at surveillance video from inside the bar that tells a different story. Hi, Don.
Hi, Sarah. It's gloves off for the people who run Barley House and manage Barley House. They have been pushed to the limit.
They're painting a picture. It is very
They're
clear.
Absolutely painting a narrative, and so did the other news
station.
station.
Their lives. Some of these people weren't even there this weekend. So a lawsuit now is on the way, and tomorrow, a full-blown produced video that they say will set the record straight and prove that the bloggers picked the wrong bar to bully.
There's another one.
Yeah,
These are all. This is just to tell you how bad the media's got. This is why I don't really think it's any different to go to Drama Alert anywhere else.
No one go to Barley House. I'm about to file a lawsuit.
That's YouTube star Alyssa Violet, who posted this video claiming
Does she look assaulted to you in this picture? I don't know.
She may have already been hit. We really don't know. Some people say they
Social
see a little bit of a fat lip.
I don't know. I'll go over that later.
Beaten up by staff at Barley House on Saturday.
That was important.
Banks were beaten up by staff at Barley House on Saturday. But Barley House managing partner Corey May wants you to see the video for yourself. Banks was not happy when a security guard asked him to get out of a restricted area.
You'll see him kind of wind up like he's ready to fight, coming out right here, walking on his own. Just encouraging him to get out of there.
Now, that doesn't prove that he was choked out. Wasn't choked out. Not at all. But it definitely shows without a doubt that he was being passive-aggressive.
At least.
Ricky Banks told me on Twitter, and by the way, he was polite. He told me on Twitter that he was just fooling around. Here's the problem, Ricky. You didn't quite say that before. You said it came out of nowhere. That's not out of nowhere. And let me get this straight. The guy asked you to leave and you start fooling around?
Right.
Well, I think it's pretty reasonable to take that as a bouncer, as aggression.
Or
passive,
disrespect.
Very less disrespect, passive aggressive. That's not nothing. That's not nothing. That's like, holy shit, this guy just went crazy. No. And here's the thing, Rick. If you, even let's say you're telling the 100% truth, which by the way, I don't believe you. I don't believe you one iota. Let's pretend for a second. Let's pretend for a second that you're telling the truth. it ain't going to matter in court.
No.
Especially after what you pulled outside. Yep. And that's more than likely going to be admissible. That
Not
you're
with
violent.
the laws in Ohio.
There is a chance that this guy was aggressive to you first, which I talked to a cop today, in which you are probably in the clear. But guess what? It really depends on how the bouncer feels.
Yes.
And how he sees the situation. It's like when I was driving a cab, I could throw anybody else if I felt in danger. You know what that meant? I could just say it. And it was going to hold. And the cops weren't going to do anything. And by the way, the cops, here's another thing. Where are the fucking cops? Alyssa Voiles gets assaulted at least twice. Ricky claims 3 times. Cops did shit. I don't know if they are not doing a good job. I don't know what, or they just let shit like this go because people get fighting bars. I don't know. I have no idea. But I put less tags in there.
Out because of local situations. I have no idea. But yeah, where the fuck are the cops?
That's not nothing. That's something. I don't know if it justifies choking you out. But it probably, here's the thing. You're on somebody's private property. They say get out. You said no. That's what it's going to come down to.
Let's use the restricted area.
And you're saying, look, I was just fooling around. The guy took advantage of it. Well, they're not going to believe you. There isn't a judge or a jury in the world that's not going to convict.
Because it simply might not matter.
It's just simply because they're not going to believe you.
Right.
Look at the way you acted outside.
Outside, watch another confrontation with another person at the bar, not a Barley employee. This time, it's Alyssa's fight.
So Alyssa gets right in her face, or whacks her. They swing at each other.
Not a man, not a bouncer.
Yep. See, Ricky, I don't know if you saw that, but he whipped a glass at somebody.
This angle.
That has not been confirmed, whether that's a glass or plastic.
No, but by his own words, he said this during the Debated interview that he did whip a glass of alcohol at somebody.
Oh,
that's what he said.
Well,
now,
there's a lawsuit.
Not debated interview.
There's a lawsuit for a millionaire.
Not Debated interview.
Baited. The recent Drama Alert interview.
Yeah, the Drama Alert.
He said it glass.
He said glass of alcohol, cup of alcohol,
YouTube
whatever.
Subscribers.
If you thought Black Friday was good, you will not believe Cyber Monday. Great to be with you.
Drop dead. I hit the wrong button. This is the most annoying fucking thing ever.
But it seemed like when he told that story that it was under a different circumstance. Like it had something to do with a guy. This had nothing to do with a guy. This was a girl.
Yeah.
This is a girl hitting his woman. And he told, so the story was a little bit different.
Walking on his own.
Unless another guy hit him another time. That means she assaulted, what, 4 times?
And then he threw 2 glasses of booze. I don't know. I don't know.
Outside, watch another confrontation with another person at the bar, not a Barley employee. This time, it's Alyssa's fight.
So Alyssa gets right in her face, or whacks her. They swing at each other. See, Ricky, I don't know if you saw that, but he whipped a glass at somebody.
This angle would be news to Violet and Banks' 7 million YouTube subscribers and nearly 10 million followers on Instagram.
2:35, they could have went home at that point, right?
I want to show you this. This is important. They didn't fucking leave.
Yeah, that's
and
the
that was unbelievable. That they would subject
outside, they're off
These
the property
people are all locals. They find out you're a millionaire? Good luck.
10 minutes later, another confrontation with another patron.
Ricky slams this kid from behind. Just punching on him.
These guys just f***ing choked me out.
An army of fans unleashed a blitz that left Barley House with a crashed website, a Yelp page flooded with false complaints, and a Twitter page that had to be locked to stop death threats.
How many of these people were actually at the bar? How many?
This is where you're in big trouble, buddy, and it has nothing to do with anything. Because this is where they got direct evidence.
People even live in Cleveland.
Attorney Pat Perotti saw a boilerplate post with the exact same slams.
They have cockroaches in their food that says that they spit in their food. And if those two instigated that, then they could get sued under Ohio law for interfering with business relationships.
Bingo. And there is no doubt you did that. You said, don't go to this place. This is fucked up and what have you. Here, that might be okay in L.A. It might be. I've never heard of this before. But you know what? There are a lot more laws coming down the pike in multiple states, some of them federal, that have to do with the internet. The world's changed. Laws are adapting. Excuse me.
And this is exactly why they were painting the narrative that they were during this news story.
Yes.
They were setting this moment
They were setting that up.
Exactly why they were doing it.
Unless this guy is incredible.
Important and all of that stuff.
Unless this guy is incredible, you're in a lot of trouble. And I told him that. I don't know. He didn't respond to it, but I told him that.
We didn't do anything wrong besides actually protect him.
And another Barley House partner I spoke with said he usually has about 500 Twitter impressions. He has
Yeah, they're really good. You see, the media's take advantage of this, try to make it a social media thing.
He says that's how ridiculously out of control this
But
is.
500 a day to 50,000 a day is a significant fucking
Yeah, because they have.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus, I wonder what my impressions are probably like that today when he responded to me.
It's fucked. I mean, the whole situation is absolutely screwed up. It went from one thing to 5 different other things, and now we're dealing with a situation that's blown up beyond what anybody thought it was going to become. And now it looks like there could be some actual legal ramifications. It isn't fun anymore.
I talked to Detective Lancet. He works for the police chief in the Cleveland Police Department, and I asked him, do bars have the right to physically remove disorderly persons? And he says, no, not like that. They have to make an effort to get them a cab. They have to try to calm them down, and it is in the law. I checked intoxicating. They're not allowed to serve them again. I actually checked that in Ohio law and all that other good stuff. I was like, all right, you mean to tell me that no one ever gets thrown out of bars physically? And he says, this is where it changes, right? And it's not necessarily a law, and I couldn't find anything that was specific to bars. If you show aggression.
Yes.
And look, you can't beat the guy over the head. And he's like, you can't pick somebody up that's just pain in the ass and drunk and toss him out in the street and don't make any effort to help him, right? But that depends on the aggression. Yeah. That depends on the aggression.
And what can be proved.
And what can be
aggression.
proved. And
Which is
that also depends
because
on what? Look, if this guy made a move on Ricky first, and Ricky says he attempted, let's go back to Ricky's statement. Ricky said he attempted. Fast forward to the night, the girls wanted to use the bathroom after the bar. Then we made our way to bar, downstairs again. Maria, an employee on shift, said I waited for her, listened, handed to finish, and bouncer Richie approached me, only me to leave, and only asking me to leave more than likely. Thanks for the donation, Jesse. Only asking me to leave. I'm going to assume that's just a typo. Maria again assured him that I was okay, and I tried to calmly explain to his girlfriend that was using the bathroom. I would wait for her to finish and then gladly leave. Here's the thing, Rick. It doesn't matter. They asked you to leave. It's their property. It sounds like you didn't go. And it's not like it came out of nowhere and you were dancing around, fooling around, by your own words, to me, fooling around. So you want to see it. Some guy's got a nasty tone with you that you admit, tells you to leave the place. You dance.
Start dancing?
You dance, and you don't go.
Right.
That could be taken as aggression. It's definitely passive-aggressive, and it really depends on the tape. If you made a move on this guy, you're lucky you got all your teeth. Because there are a lot of bouncers in that joint. A lot of bouncers. I could sense the aggression in his tones and mannerism. And you told us that you came out of nowhere. Well, if you sense his mannerism, why don't you get the hell out of there? He didn't hear me out. Doesn't have to. And I keep on hearing, well, Joe said they could. Joe wasn't there. That bouncer was there. And they didn't back, they backed Richie. They didn't back Joe. So it's really going to come down to the establishment. He didn't care about what I was saying. He tried to grab me physically and physically remove me. Now, if that is true, they may be in some trouble. But so far, Barley House hasn't changed their story. Ricky has.
Yeah.
Not one bit. Problem. I resisted and pushed back towards him. No, now you better hope. I tell you something. Wouldn't it be funny if that's on the tape and not when he goes after you? You're fucked. It's not what you know. It's what you can prove.
Right.
And even if there is a possibility that Ricky's not a liar. He's telling the truth, and he either saw it differently, which happens in these kind of these situations. The perception. Yeah. He's not lying. Or he is. He didn't. Bottom line, he didn't go when they told him. That's it. And he showed at least passive aggressiveness. And you know what that bartender's going to say, Rick? He's going to say, I was so scared when he put his hands up. And then it's up to a judge to believe him. You acted like an animal outside. He's going to say, you know what? I believe him. There's probably no voice recording of the whole situation. So the bartender can lie about what you said. He could say, you kicked my ass. There's a record of you telling people all over the internet that you're going to kill them. If I ever run into you, that's a terroristic threat. That's illegal.
You did it in this situation.
That'll probably be admissible.
Yeah.
So the judge, if he can't say, look, you're going to say you weren't aggressive and you're fooling around. The guy's going to say you were, and it's going to be up to him to decide, and there's all this evidence against you that you have a history of this shit. He didn't
Then
hear
they
me
started
out.
looking at the other part of it too.
He didn't hear me out. Like, you're not in L.A., dude. You're not home. Racist big. He carried me out by the neck. I could hear Alyssa and her friend screaming in the background. One of the bouncers pushed Alyssa from with all this, her falling down the stairs and scraping her leg badly. Well, you better hope the tape shows that. Donated. Baited asking you to hit up the phones. No, I'm
especially with the way that he's acting in there.
Oh, really? No, let's go.
Oh God, yeah, he's saying all kinds of repugnant shit.
Yeah. Oh, did he? Oh, fuck him then.
Yeah.
Fine.
Who knows
Just
what's wrong
go
with
make
him
20 Twitter videos saying that I begged for money.
The funny thing is, Keem, we actually had a conversation. We were going to let you call in because we knew you were calling in.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let you.
But
All you're gonna do is
like
you're gonna tell me
animal.
to shut up, and you're there. You know what? I think Rice Gum did something wrong. Go take care of it.
maybe he's writing a nice letter on a plane with a broken hand.
Well, the news organization has no credibility because they have a business.
I'm your host, FaZe Keemstar.
Oh, yes, you have credibility. Get out of here, Keem. We're not putting you on. So there you go. Let's go to the montage, and this is where his statements just simply don't add up, and they don't add up with the tape. Now, if Keem's seen other tape, Banks in good shape, but as we speak now, he doesn't look like he's in good shape, and he may have been allowed to be physically removed depending on how the bouncer felt. Talk to the cops.
And by the way, Barley House is supposedly fucking releasing the entire video today.
Okay, they'd have to. If they're going to court, they're going to have to anyway.
Pretty fucking ballsy.
I keep on hearing, well, they could delete it. Oh, they're in big trouble if they do. That's obstruction of justice. That's a serious fucking crime.
Serious shit.
Now, I want you to look at Alyssa. Now, I can't tell, to be honest with you. She doesn't look wounded at this point.
She's got a little bit of a fat lip on the left side.
Yeah, she does have. It's something, but in that scene, she doesn't. This.
It still looks a little bit swollen. Look, it just happened. It's hard to tell.
According to the lawyer on Channel 3, this is a crime.
My friends, Barley House in Colossal, just literally tried so much shit.
Oh, Ricky, the judge is going to believe you. Holy shit.
They fucked us up in Cleveland, and no one go to Barley House. I'm about to file a lawsuit.
Wow. Okay, not one, but two bouncers, Makes from Barley House Bar in Cleveland, struck Alyssa in her face. We're at the hospital now. I'm speechless. I don't know what to do. In his statement, he says that she was pushed down the stairs. We just read that before. And here's some of the video of her getting struck in the face. It wasn't by a man. So unless the bouncers were women.
But then the cameras came out again, with Alyssa getting into the faces of other customers, just trying to leave. There's punching and hair pulling. As it goes on, you see Ricky throw a glass at other customers. Later, another confrontation as the camera came out again. There's a struggle, and from the shadows, Ricky attacks again, striking...
Hold on a second. How much time? We didn't even go over that. How much time went by between the first and the second incident?
10 minutes.
So they stuck around for 10 minutes?
He wanted to get his
You
watch.
think a judge and jury's going to buy that shit? That you were within your rights?
Bracelet, he said. He said he wanted to stay for his bracelet. That's what
he wanted to stay for his bracelet.
He said he wanted the name of the bouncer, which turned out to not even be a confrontation with the bouncer outside, but they're saying a patron now. The bracelet, and he wanted the name. That's
10
what he
minutes.
wanted. And when he didn't get it, he went to social media.
Which is probably a crime, according to that lawyer, not us.
Yeah. Not a bouncer, as he had boasted.
He snapped, don't...
Yeah, let's go back.
At other customers. Later, another confrontation as the camera came out again. There's a struggle, and from the shadows, Ricky attacks again, striking a customer, not a bouncer, as he had boasted.
He snapped, don't worry, I broke my finger on this pussy's face.
Now, let's go over the pussies thing. You can hit that guy in the face, yeah, but from behind. That's a pussy move. That's a pussy move.
It is.
Now, if you look at the tape, this guy, he is aggressive to Alyssa. There's no doubt about it. Yep. But he does not knock the phone out of her hands, and you can clearly see that in the tape.
Destruction of property.
It is. I don't even think he'd get him on destruction.
They're
of property.
going to view her as the aggressor. She went right up into his face.
Here she comes.
Ricky attacks.
He swipes away. Now you can see by the light in her hand. Movement. You can see the light in her hand.
Striking a customer.
She never loses for the camera. And that girl that hit Alyssa is guilty of assault.
Guilty of assault, right there. That's assault.
Keeps right about this. Where the fucking cops?
Right.
Why? Well, he said something. Why isn't the media sticking up for Alyssa? Well, she doesn't live there anymore, and they pissed off Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another thing. Oh, all you Jake Paulers that are fucking saying I'm real cool and everything. Fuck you. What fucking Jake Paul did to Ricky was bullshit.
Absolute awful.
Absolutely bullshit. I'm not your fucking friend.
Prosecutable should be.
Fucking, if fucking Paul followed me on Twitter, I'd tell him to go fuck himself.
Not a bouncer, as he had boasted.
Now,
He snapped, "Don't worry, I broke my finger on this pussy's face."
Ricky comes out of nowhere and starts pounding this guy in the.
Let's see. And he what he does is that he does flip. He does with the flip over this.
Striking.
She punches.
And Ricky goes.
And by the way, look at what the other guy does. He tries to get in between.
Yeah.
He probably didn't commit a crime. Now I can understand Ricky's anger, but guess what? Again, a court. This isn't. What do they call that when you equal force? What do they call that, Dave? Like equal force? Like
shit. Oh, God damn it.
He swiped the phone away.
Yeah.
You punched him in the back of the head.
Corresponding action.
Corresponding or equal force. I want an equal force, bud. Good luck.
Don't.
Because you're a millionaire. That guy's probably going to sue you.
Worry, I broke my finger on this pussy's face.
Ricky comes out of nowhere and starts pounding this guy in the face.
That is cowardly, man. That looks
behind.
awful.
Totally cheap shotting him.
FaZe Banks then followed up with this on Snapchat. Who is this? This man hit Alyssa. Works for Barley House in Cleveland. He also posted a picture of Alyssa showing that she had a bump on her eye, saying, "This is what he did to Alyssa. You piece of shit. You better hope I never run into you. I will fucking kill you."
Good luck with that statement. Terroristic threat.
Gotta be careful.
That was dumb.
This is what we're talking about, by the way, guys. We're not talking about the fucking right and wrong of the entire situation. We're talking about legality.
I don't know if Ricky wasn't fucking assaulted.
Oh, yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
For what we're seeing at the moment, though, this does not look good, and there's been too many changes within the story. That's the problem.
Yeah, and this is the change. He said a fucking guy did it.
He did
the only
to Alyssa, you piece of shit. You better hope I never run into you. I will fucking kill you.
All right, we said the bartender was accused. This guy, Richie, we said, I'll fucking kill you. Men were involved. There's 2 assaults that are recorded. They're both on with women.
Watch another confrontation with another person at the bar, not a Barley employee. This time it's Alyssa's fight.
So Alyssa gets right in her face.
Alyssa's fight, not with the bouncers.
Relax her. They swing at each other. See Ricky, I don't know if you saw that, but he whipped a glass at somebody.
This angle would be news to Violet and Banks' 7 million YouTube subscribers and nearly 10 million followers on Instagram.
2:35, they could have went home at that point, right?
10 minutes later, another confrontation.
Stupid. 10 minutes later. Good job.
With another patron.
Ricky slams this kid from behind. Just punching on him.
For me, I tipped their staff all through the night.
This is where you have a serious problem with the truth.
We weren't aggressive at all. We were out with Alyssa's family. I'm here for Thanksgiving. There wasn't an aggressive bone in my body all night. This happened out of nowhere. I'm fucking speechless.
Banks was not happy when a security guard asked him to get out of a restricted area.
You'll see him kind of wind up like he's ready to fight. Coming out right here. Walking on his...
That's not nothing.
You could certainly take that motion of turning around and give him that little fucking nod, and then this type of you could take that as an act of aggression, man. Ricky,
I told some FaZe Banks fans, and I even told Banks, it doesn't matter what I think.
What can be proven?
It matters, but actually, not even that. It might
really,
come down to what they believe.
Yeah.
So unless this tape that comes out, like some people are asking me, are you going to apologize to him? For what?
Right.
For what? I even accused me of doing this just because I've got a problem with Keemstar.
Which is ridiculous. Is it because usually I would be on board with that? I'd be like, oh God, fucking, he's obsessed here. But no, that's not the case.
Well, nobody says that when I went after Jake Paul. Nobody says that when I had problems with fucking Cosdev. But they all say the same thing. It's a conspiracy for views. Keemstar does the same shit.
That's the most interesting fucking shit that's happened in months. You know, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know. It's like the best thing that happened in months.
Couldn't be that.
Yeah, I do this for views. Never made anything. Keemstar does it for the love, folks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm such a money whore.
It was 2 weeks ago, if that, where Keem was in this very chat stating he does this for views. It's not about money. It's about views. He said it.
And Keemstar. I mean, Jesus Christ. How credible are you? I can't believe Ricky wrote this text and he had his hand broken. Holy shit. You're not in the team. If you don't believe Keem's in the tank for Clout Gang, especially after the Rice Gum incident, holy Christmas. I can't believe you wrote that text. I wanted to vomit.
On a plane with a broken hand.
Zone. Just encouraging him to get out of there.
Good luck.
It's tough.
Here's where Keem's right. I think, did we play this already? Oh, no.
Yeah.
Not Alyssa? No, from Alyssa? This is where he's right. So I did one where he's right. It's the one where I think he's wrong. Here we go.
Good morning, everyone. I got sunglasses on because I just woke up and my eyes are puffy, but I wanted to say this. There has been even more security footage that has been released that I was just watching. And I have watched every single bit of every security footage that has been released.
Yeah, but you didn't talk about FaZe Banks' contradicting statements, did you?
And in no case did I see Alyssa Violet hitting anyone. In all the footage, Alyssa Violet is just simply sitting there with her cell phone filming. And she's filming on a public sidewalk, which she has the right to do.
100%. She did not deserve to be assaulted, even if she had a light on that camera. There is no right to assault her in any circumstances. But let me tell you something. It's a great way to get assaulted. And not only
Putting yourself in a situation.
FaZe Banks says, so if you believe FaZe Banks' story, she got assaulted 3 times in the bar, and we know about twice outside. Did anybody get the fucking point here? But it doesn't, like, get the fuck out. Well, save your girlfriend, for Christ's sakes.
Throughout this footage, you can see multiple times other girls going up and just punching her.
Not guys, like fucking Banks said.
Well, to be fair, no girls approached. She approached them, to be fair.
And that's another thing. She approached them. It's wrong, which the Clout Gang aims to burn to the ground. Also, yeah, here's the sucky thing about Clout Gang burning to the ground. Guess who inherits the earth? Jake fucking Paul. Believe me, I'm not loving doing this. Do I sound like I'm having a hell of a lot of fun?
He's not having fun.
The guy that Ricky Banks ended up hitting, he's putting his hands on her. And
actually, he swapped away her camera. Didn't even knock it out of her hands.
Again, where she approached.
And she shined a light in his fucking eyes.
Right in his face. Not saying it's right, but she put herself in a bad spot.
You're never going to get, God, Jesus Christ, Rice Gum didn't get charged. You're not going to charge him for that.
No, God, no.
And all the local news, because not only has Channel 19 covered the story, but now Channel 3 has covered the story.
And more coming. I'm surprised you didn't see that coming.
None of them seem to be trying to get justice for Alyssa Violet.
You know, there's some truth in that. Nobody gives a fuck that bitch got hit. Nobody cares. He is 100% correct about that. No doubt about it.
But it's because of what happened. It's because of the entire situation.
And that's the thing. They don't feel sorry for somebody that used to live there that's a big shot running their fucking mouth outside a bar, probably drunk, screaming and yelling and acting like an asshole, and her boyfriend's doing it too. So there's no sympathy. But it doesn't make it right. And King's right about that.
Alyssa Violet is a megastar that came from Cleveland, Ohio. She should be the pride and joy of the city. And the way
maybe she's not because she left.
What does that mean, though?
Nothing. It doesn't mean anything.
What does that mean? What is that supposed to mean?
They should have been. They should have been as biased for her as I am for Clout Gang.
Is that what that means? I don't understand that statement. It's a weird statement.
Yeah, I know. You should be doing what I'm doing for Clout Gang. Those disloyal motherfuckers.
No, what motherfuckers?
Oh, Jesus. It doesn't work this way for everybody.
I'm your host, FaZe Keemstar.
Yeah.
She got a black eye, a bloody lip. Everybody in
and nobody got arrested. That is unbelievable to me too. But
still crazy.
But you know what? Maybe it's the way they do things in Cleveland. They let shit like this go.
Cleveland, especially the.
Thanks, by the way. Thank you so for much subs. Yes, if you sub, this is one of the few channels you get to see it when it happens. Thank you so much, by the way, for the support. Appreciate it all day.
Steal that, Tommy. I'm gonna start showing my subs too.
Yeah.
News should be out there trying to figure out what happened to her, and the answers are all right there in the tape. She was assaulted multiple times. This woman was assaulted.
And it's the same reason why you would have ignored the story, because nobody gives a shit about them. They give a shit about the superstars that are there. You know why? Because it sells more. It gets more views. So you should know that. But I will say this. I can't believe that they acted this way. And I wonder if this is just par for the course in Cleveland. Because we heard sirens when she was getting beat. Nobody got arrested. Nobody got picked up.
Which is a major problem.
Get to the point news checks the register over there. Nobody got picked up with anybody named Richie. Nobody got arrested.
She has a black and blue eye. She has a bloody lip. And the assault.
And nobody got. And she didn't get away the first time, and then she got another beating.
Right. That happened multiple times, is all on tape. And the news has the tape. Why are they not demanding justice for what happened to this innocent girl?
Because it's a simple assault.
And she may not be 100% innocent.
And she, this isn't right. What I'm about to say is not right. She asked for it. She asked for it.
That's street justice, but it's accurate.
Yeah, it's street. It's wrong. It's 100% wrong. She asked for it. Hey, guess what? If I acted that way where I'm from in New Jersey, holy Christmas. I can't even fucking imagine. Shining a light in some drunk guy's eye at a fucking bar at night. Oh, my God. It's a beating. It's a beating. It's a beating in Las Vegas. It's a beating in Chicago. It's a beating in Boston. It's beating everywhere I've been.
Right.
It's not a beating here in Germany. You have to do it a few times.
It's going to be very interesting to see what happens. Apparently, the whole video is coming out.
Hold on a second.
Say shame on Channel 19 and shame on Channel 3. And there has to be some local news in Cleveland that actually cares about your hometown hero, Alyssa Vaughn.
Well, maybe they don't think she's a hero.
But what about the shame in the other direction? What about the shame on Ricky Banks for fucking painting a picture that wasn't 100% accurate right from the get-go? Turning his fucking legions of fans on a fucking bar without giving full context.
And possibly committing a crime doing
and possibly committing a fucking crime that he might pay for. And look, and I get it. I get knee-jerk reactions, and I want to give him the benefit of the doubt here.
I do.
But you can't go. No, I'm absolutely trying here. But you can't go the opposite way and use the argument that can easily be used against you as the basis of your fucking argument. It doesn't work.
No.
It doesn't work.
I will say this, though. It does seem shitty, and I said it yesterday. Where are the cops?
Where are they?
How would they let us out this girl like this? Whether she's being a bitch or not.
Yeah.
How are they let us out? How are they allowed to do that?
Seeing her lip like that was hard. It's hard to see. It's awful, and I feel bad that she got hit like that.
Bullshit. Don't lay your hand on a fucking girl. Well, I mean, you really shouldn't lay your hand on anybody. But I mean, there's things you don't do, and there's things you do, and like even if it's your right to shine your camera in somebody's eyes, and it might not be the safest thing to do. Look, this isn't right, but it's a fact. I mean, it's like real talk. Like there's certain places in Chicago I can't go for the color of my skin. It's pretty fucking. It's illegal. It's wrong, but it's just common fucking sense. And common sense tells you don't shine a light in somebody's face and hope not to get slapped. It doesn't mean it's not illegal.
2 words, Tommy. 2 words we know very well: situational awareness.
And they had none.
None.
And they acted. Ricky said he went drunk and looked that way to me.
Yeah. He said he had 2 drinks, which could very well be
possible.
true.
They were out with the parents, so maybe he toned it down, and they were waiting.
And by the way, that explanation that he gave about not wanting to embarrass himself in front of her parents, 100% understandable, and I give him the benefit on that. But the problem is his actions, whipping cups at people and things like that, especially when it doesn't exactly align with the story that he told, it just paints a different narrative, especially if this becomes a legal situation.
I would hate being recorded. And you know what? That's a good point, fucking Anna. Didn't Keemstar defend Rice Gum for he doesn't want to be recorded because we don't record people in these YouTube parties? And that justified this? That justified his actions? Right. By having to get in a tussle with her?
But this guy's a normie.
Who is that guy? Gabby? The Gabby show? Yeah, but this guy, how come they're not getting justice for Alessis? How come fucking Gabby didn't get justice? Well, you didn't give a shit then. You know why? Because Gabby's a bitch. You did that.
Still follows me, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say.
Follows me.
I'm trying to get you to unfollow her. Unfollow Dave.
No, do not take away that unfollow. That's like my biggest follower.
Unfollow Dave.
It's like my biggest follower.
Dave said you're a bitch. I didn't.
No, I love you, Dave. I'm the only one who defended you.
Yeah, I know. You are the only one defending.
I don't get it. Maybe she likes
Gabby fucking lied. Yes, there is some truth in that. But she didn't deserve to get in a fucking tussle with the goddamn full-grown man over something that's stupid.
The situation is still the same.
It's the same thing. How come it doesn't apply to these? How come it doesn't apply to these people?
Because they're normies. The people they got involved with were normies, and they don't matter. There's probably some truth to that. And these are YouTube stars that are his friends, so he's going to bat for him. And I can understand that to an extent. But what does it mean for your argument when that's the crux of it?
Yeah.
It defeats it immediately, and Keem doesn't understand.
Let's summarize. He said it was guys. More than likely wasn't unless it happened when the cameras weren't there.
Want to see more for it? Look,
I left out this section because this guy wanted to grab Alyssa's ass.
Still haven't heard anything about that.
Still haven't heard anything about that. In fact, when Barley House put their statement out, not only did they not accuse, because he said it was a bouncer, not only did they not accuse him of assaulting one of their employees, he did not address the alleged sexual assault or the attempted alleged sexual assault. That is just disappeared. When I mentioned it to him in a tweet, he didn't address it. In fact, he deleted all his tweets. These are the tweets he sent me that were deleted. All right? What did they leave out? The part where the bouncer assaulted me and dragged me up the stairs by the neck. The incident that started it all. Don't drag me into beef with Keemstar, dude. I have no reason to randomly attack a bar. Well, here's the thing. Nobody says this when I stick up for you. You didn't say this when I criticized you before. It has nothing to do with Keemstar, and you haven't proved the facts. It's just a red herring. Yeah. So if these guys went after you and beat the shit out of you and tossed you, I just talked to Detective Lancet, Cleveland Police Department. He says that's criminal. So good luck with that.
And to be fair here, that the actual grabbing and all that is not the incident that started the entire series of events. The incident, arguably, at least made in a court of law, could be you being where you're not supposed to be and not listening to the bouncer when he told you to leave.
Yeah.
That and then acting in an
the
aggressive
property
manner
owner assigned somebody to escort people out, and you didn't cooperate. You did. You. Here's another thing. In your statement, you admitted you didn't cooperate by saying he didn't hear me out.
Right.
That's an admission. I wasn't taunting him, question mark. What are you talking about, dude? Alyssa was assaulted in the bar by a bouncer. There's no evidence of that currently. He left a scrape on her leg. You didn't take a picture of that, but you did take a picture of her face. I find that interesting. Also, the guy was dressed in black who hit Alyssa twice outside claimed to work for Barley. We only saw him swipe a camera away, Banks.
Never saw him hit her.
So is this not on the tape too? They fucked up. There is zero context. There's tons of context. It might not be the correct context. I'll give you that, but there's plenty. The dialogue was completely twisted in the storylines in these reports. How? You haven't explained it. You've only done what Keemstar's done. No, wrong. That's not true. You have only denied allegations at this point. My video, I think he means tonight, will be up tomorrow. You have the same problem I do, bud.
Which I also find interesting, considering it was supposed to be out 2 days ago. But he found out that he even by his own admission, he said that they told him that they were dropping the video.
I'll tell you, you want me to speculate? I think they're rope-a-doping him. I think they got a read on him that he's a big mouth, and they're going to let him bury himself. At the first, he was probably relieved that they didn't release the tapes. He probably didn't believe they were releasing tapes. They released a little bit of tapes. They're hoping they don't have all that stuff, and now they release the rest of it. And you still look worse.
They're putting it in waves, and they're waiting for you to react.
Waves. They're waiting for you to react, and then they're going to put a little more out, a little more out, a little more out. And here's the best part. Here's the best part. They don't look. The media can't be charged with obstruction of justice. Only if this goes to trial could be the case. They can fuck you over like that.
Yes, they can.
They can omit stuff to make them look good. They can do that. Now, it might blow back in their face social media-wise. It might bounce their credibility. But until then, you should have kept your mouth shut. Don't think any of the dialogue that night was important or anything that happened, the 20 minutes that me walking out. Does he ever say, other than being dragged by the neck, is there anything else? Don't you think there's important information missing? Yes, I do agree with that.
Of course there is.
Yes, there is.
Of course it's
But the information we have now and your statements prior that turned out not to be true unless some video reveals it, which means Alyssa was assaulted possibly more than 3 times. Your story doesn't make sense. You said it came out of nowhere. It didn't.
No.
Again, wasn't taunting him. I was in a good mood. Checking out fucking joke. Why are you joking out? Why are you joking with a guy telling you to leave?
Perception. That's perception.
And he might be telling the truth. That's the craziest part.
That's the kicker.
I haven't called him
totally.
He did this particular situation, but I tell you something. Right off the back, right when it happened, right when you were pissed off, that's not the truth. I'm not saying you're a liar. There's a big difference. Lying means you knowingly do it. But you may have been so fucking worked up, appeared that way. You fucking stay out you stay outside 10 minutes for a chain, only to have your girlfriend assaulted twice. And that's without a doubt. They cut out right before anything happened to me upstairs in the incident. I can't wait to get my hands on the footage. Okay, if that is the case, I can't wait for you because I hate to see you got fucked once. I hate to see you get fucked twice.
Absolutely. Especially when originally it looked like you guys really truly were victims here.
Yeah, it really
and
did.
Unfortunately, the very next day your story changed, and Barley House has been playing this perfectly to this point.
Yeah. Well, here's another thing, Banks. Their story hasn't changed. Yours did.
Yeah.
And that is a fucking. It's not proof. It's a red flag. And this is how it works. $20. I hope you're doing all right, Tommy. I woke up to give this as much to know that your fans will be behind you no matter what. Losing family members is always hard to stay strong. Thank you so much. I don't want to get into it in this particular episode for obvious reasons, but I will be talking about it, and the outpouring has been tremendous. My entire German side of the family thanks you. Every one of you. Thank you. But we'll get into that some other time. Yeah. I'm not afraid to talk about it. I'm just sparing them.
I don't want to do it in this video.
Look. It was no shock when Banks, and it's not his fault, by the way. When Banks wrote me back, I got a bunch of nasty things about losing a family member. All right? That was to be expected. That is not Banks' fault. I hate when the media fucking does that. That's not his fault. Right? I expected it. I want to be a public figure. He's a public figure. He can't control those other people. That's it. But I just want to limit the damage as much as possible because I'm afraid my family will see it, and they're probably going to. But at least I did my best.
Right.
That's it. It's getting better all the time. Self-fight. It's getting better absolutely all the time. So look, that's it.
I mean, it really is.
That's it.
Look at it from every goddamn angle here.
And the video could. I want you to hear this. The video could come out tomorrow and completely vindicate him.
Could.
Except for the stuff where don't go to this place. That's a different story.
Yes, he's still,
and that's that's a different story. Here's my prediction. They're going to sue. And I have a feeling, just like the title of the show, even if he was physically removed, it ain't going to matter. Because at that point, it's going to go to court and the judge and the jury, and that don't look good with the stuff that happened in that bar. It is very easy to believe the bouncer's story that he was aggressive. Even if he made the first move. Because all he's got to say is, FaZe Banks threatened to kill me, so I grabbed him before he could. And you got to prove that, and there's no audio.
When you turn around and you start doing
prove.
This, there's no audio that can prove that you didn't say, I'm about to fuck you up. There's no proof, so it's going to be his word saying he felt fucking threatened and he took action. That's all they need in this situation, unfortunately. It seems to be, at least from what I've been reading.
All right, we got people in the chat. I'm going to put new people on. Just in case they want to argue with me. And I will be respectful as long as you are, because I'm not in the best mood. Laptop Michael, is he in there? I don't see him in there. Can of Air, you're on the air?
Can air.
Nah, can of air.
Hot air,
I'm hoping to get an argument at somebody. Bobish, you're on the air, bud.
Oh, hey, what's up?
What's up, man? What's on your mind?
I just hate how manipulative these big YouTubers can be these days.
I was really hoping... I can't do Skype. It fucks me up. You got to do Discord, Colossal. Can't do it. It's a long story. It does feel that way. It feels like, they felt like they were wronged. So they thought, and I'm sure they didn't know the law, but that doesn't matter, that they did try to manipulate the situation. Yeah. Literally almost nothing that he said initially adds up with the tape at this point. Nothing.
I know. Yeah.
And it's really unfortunate how crazy the fan base went. I mean, they doxed multiple people that had nothing to do with the situation, and that is unfortunate because that's going to be used against the Banks.
And according to that lawyer, if they can prove, if you wrote a Yelp thing saying there's cockroaches in the food in this place, and they can prove that that's connected to them pointing at the restaurant and saying don't go here.
With that following, it's pretty easy to fucking connect.
I don't know. I would definitely want to see he should have lawyered up already.
Oh, God. Yeah, maybe that's why he deleted the tweet.
I don't think he lawyered up because I don't think he would have made these statements.
That's the thing. Why talk at all?
Because they tell you to shut the fuck up, and only the dumbest people on the planet don't. All right, man. Thanks for the call, bud.
All right, see you. Bye-bye. Take care.
Clown, you're on the air.
All right, let me mute it. Let me mute it.
What you got?
What's
I did.
Yeah. What's up, man? Colossal's crazy.
I want to hear about the death in the family.
Sympathy. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. We're getting through it just fine. We're dealing with it.
Want to talk about it?
Yeah, another time. I'm just trying to. I'll tell you offline if you're really interested. But I'm trying to protect the German side of my family here. They don't really get what I do. They're not going to understand.
I only have one big theory, one big question about this Banks thing. Where the fuck are the police?
That's the one thing I agree with Kima in. Why nobody seems to give a shit that she got beat up. Nobody gives it. But she put herself in absolutely the worst position.
In any capacity.
What's that?
It's crazy. Why aren't the police involved in any capacity?
It's insane.
I don't know. I gotta be honest with you, Clown. I don't know how things roll in Cleveland.
Right.
You know, it's like this. You know, it's illegal to actually physically.
Surely, there have been crimes here. There's been assault here and shit.
Hell yeah.
We heard sirens.
It might be a situation though. You gotta understand, Cleveland is crime-ridden. They let the they let the little shit slide.
So fucking America is crime-ridden everywhere. But even so, like
not like Cleveland.
No, Cleveland's bad, man.
I had my car accident in the UK. Like the police came for that. So they've got to come for like that.
Not for a simple assault. I've been in.
Well, they did come. We heard.
I tell you something. I've been in approximately, conservatively, 20 fights between the time I was 18 and 28. All right? Anywhere between 15 and 20 fights. You know when I got arrested?
All right. But did either party, either you or the other party involved, call the police?
They may have, but I never got charged. I went around. Thanks, Mormon guy. You know when I did get picked up? The only time that I ever got handcuffed or brought in was in the Army. And you can't get away with shit in there.
Yeah. Are you saying like if
I got away with one in the Army. I got away with one in the Army, and I only got picked up once.
Okay, if Banks doesn't call the police like right now, this pub, whatever it fucking is, calls the police. You're saying that they won't get involved?
No, not for a simple assault.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
They might get involved. It depends on the situation.
I got to be honest with you. Depends on the media.
Isn't it? It's fucking
It depends.
insane.
Like, all right, let's say you go to Woodbridge, New Jersey, where I'm from, okay? The cops are getting involved. Smaller town. They can control it better. Major city?
I just can't believe
that. Oh,
that.
God, shit. If I was in a certain part of Brooklyn and ran up to a cop and said I got robbed, it's like, you shouldn't be here. It's like, well, I want you to do investigation. Here's the paperwork. Have a nice day.
Now, do we know if FaZe has called the fucking the police at all?
No.
I mean, do we?
And he hasn't done it in the past, and he didn't follow through with the Jake Paul threats. He never follows through with any threats.
Because here's my problem here. Like, why would he call the police, and why would he keep his girlfriend in that situation over a 20-minute period?
Banks has got to go to a lawyer, and he's got to sort it out that way.
Yeah, and also he may be in violation of the law simply by pointing at the building and say, "Don't go here." He's got a whole different fucking set of problems.
He does.
I mean, what he's got to do is actually get concrete evidence to exonerate himself.
Yes, and hopefully.
Until then,
hopefully,
I'm sorry, but like I've got to give FaZe Banks the benefit of the doubt.
Yes, yeah, I think I hope it vindicates him. But here's the thing, clown.
The police would be involved. We get to the root of the matter automatically.
I hope Barley House is 100% guilty. I hope this is a situation when they fucked him over again, because it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility. The media's worked against FaZe Banks before, but here's the thing, and this is the key: his story changed. Barley House hasn't. Odds are he's guilty.
I personally want to give him the benefit of the doubt.
I do too. I really do too. But it's my experience.
Very similar situation.
I do too.
Like
my experience in stuff like this. My experience with stuff like this. The guy whose story changed first is usually at fault.
Typically.
And they haven't changed. In fact, I think they rope-a-doped him. I think they let a little out and a little out, let him fucking bury himself. They might, and I guarantee you, they called the lawyer immediately.
Oh, they had to have.
As soon as it happened. This guy's famous. Lawyer up.
Well, I think if the police won't get involved, it's got to be through lawyers.
Oh, it's definitely going to be a lawyer. Like the crime that he committed, or the infraction, that's not like a criminal. You're not going to get locked up for pointing at a place. But if somebody takes a civil action, the law is in the person making the civil action's favor. So it's probably going to be all silly. Here's the thing: they're going to take the law when he gets civilly sued. They're going to take the law into account. And they got both of them pointing to that restaurant and saying, "Don't go here."
With massive followings.
With massive followings. And they can show damage. A lot of times when this stuff happens, like, we'll show the damage. Like the situation with Jake Paul and FaZe Banks. Where was the damage? Jake Paul got a lot better. This company can show damage.
Listen, I'm not 100%. I'm not a fucking lawyer. I don't know American law.
Neither are we.
Cleveland law, higher law.
Yeah.
But to me, that seems like just because you're bad-mouthing a company.
It might be a stupid law. I might
agree.
Also,
it's also an Ohio state law. This isn't a
it's not a federal
law either.
It's not
a state-specific law because they've had issues like this in the
Remember,
past.
it's the United States of America. It's not America.
Stupid law, in my opinion.
It could be. I actually agree with you. It's too vague. I agree with you on that.
Fucking stupid
I'm
law.
not. Look, I'm not sitting here. I know nobody believes me, and I don't care because I get hit either way. I don't want anything bad to happen to him. I don't. Dave doesn't like him, but I don't.
I don't like him, but that doesn't mean I want anything bad.
No,
to happen.
no. Like I don't really want anything bad to happen to him. But I tell you,
I don't like the guy, but no.
Yeah. No. Well, I just said Dave doesn't like him. I didn't say you want something bad to happen, but I can see how you come to that.
Wait a second.
No. I don't. Yeah, Dave doesn't want anything bad to happen to him either. But here's the thing: if he broke the law, and this law is stupid or not, doesn't matter. Judge doesn't look at the law and say this is fucking dumb.
I love this. Like,
our judges are interpreters.
I want you to think about this one, Tommy, because this is so crazy.
Yeah.
The police don't get involved because he assaulted someone.
Yeah.
Like, that's not breaking the law, but he badmouths a company.
Yeah. There is no argument that I think it's insane.
Think about how
I don't like the law.
I'm still trying to figure out exactly what happened here, though, because we know that cops did show up. We saw lights. We saw we heard sounds. So what happened when did Banks talk to the police? They were there. Did the restaurant talk to the police? They were there. Did they say, never mind, we got this handled? What happened? We're not getting parts
I
of the
bet they didn't even do anything. They probably walked up. If they did it where I'm from, is it broken up?
There were broken fingers. There were smashed fucking noses. Yeah. How are the police not getting involved in that? That is mental to me.
That's what I don't understand. We don't.
I got to be honest with you. I've been here.
Nobody file a police report?
You know why? This is a cultural thing, clown. Your country's over-policed. I fucking threw a cigarette out in Birmingham.
I'm sorry, but like the UK police are fucking great.
Yeah, it may be, but I got to be honest with you. I don't want to live like that because you're over-policed. I threw a cigarette in the ground and they were looking at 80-pound fine. That's ridiculous.
But I mean, this is kind of an extreme law, I guess. But it's not like everywhere. You don't throw a cigarette out.
Look,
on the
a
middle
cop
of the
has
road.
an option. I don't know. This could be different too. A cop has an options to charge, and you have options to file. And he didn't go to the police either. Why didn't Banks go to the police?
In this country, I can confirm that they're very, very good.
They may be. I fucking tossed a cigarette. They were all over me.
He threw it like in an old lady's handbag or some shit.
No, I didn't. In fact, the girl I was with said I didn't do it at all, that the guy was just trying to get the 80 pounds because he gets commission or some shit. I don't know what the fuck, some security.
You go to the UK one time, I'm sorry. Like,
there was so much shit I couldn't do.
Signs up fucking everywhere. Over like the town centre, do not put your cigarettes out on the floor here.
I didn't know. I would have done it. I didn't.
You stuffed a cigarette out on someone.
Oh, I'm not saying I didn't break the law.
I'll tell you.
I'm not saying I break the law. I think $80 is a little extreme, but that's my opinion. They let shit go in the States. They look the other way. And they probably, with drunks and bars and simple assaults, they probably happens all the time. Especially if nobody files a charge.
Right.
The cops can file a charge, and the police. Nobody filed a charge, and we don't know if the cops don't usually file a charge unless they witness shit because they don't want to put their hand on paper for something they didn't see. So they didn't. Barley House didn't file a charge, at least not yet. They didn't file a charge. Cops, all right, my work's done here. Donut time.
Someone needs to file a fucking charge.
Yeah, but why do you think? Here's another thing. This is where Banks might be right. Maybe they're both. Maybe they're both full of shit. You ever think of that? Maybe they're both hiding something.
Very well.
Okay, I mean, I don't know. This is just a little bit of a theory. I think FaZe Banks is a bit of a hothead.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's...
Got a little bit of a temper.
Sure.
He probably did a few things he regretted. Yeah. But Barley House definitely did things that they regretted, and I think they're covering it up. That's my theory.
Okay.
Conspiracy
But if it goes to court, they can't. They can cover it up with the media.
The problem with that statement, Clown, is Banks at first with the story, he keeps saying the fact that he did nothing wrong, that there was not an aggressive bone in his body. The problem is there's evidence to the contrary of that.
He said it came out of nowhere.
I mean, there is an aggressive bone in his body because obviously he hit someone. So,
yeah, he said it came out of nowhere.
Up to that, yeah.
I mean, did you hear his statement?
That is kind of aggressive. When you smack someone in the back of the head, I mean, that is kind of aggressive.
What about accusing somebody of attempted sexual assault, and then when the bar or the company releases a statement, no mention of it?
Right.
I just can't. Something stinks here.
Oh yeah. It's right now as we speak. It's his story. That's what stinks. Barley House may have done something wrong, but they haven't changed their story.
No, and in fact,
I don't fucking know. I would like to wait for the police report. Oh wait, there's no
police report. No police report.
That's what I would like to wait and see.
Welcome to America, motherfucker.
Until now, it's got to go through the court system. I'm going to give FaZe Banks the benefit of the doubt.
I think he deserves the benefit of the doubt. We opened the show that he is innocent before proven guilty. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. Here's the problem: his story doesn't add up.
The story changed.
It changed. All right, Clown, let me get some of these fans, buddy.
What particular elements of his story in particular do not add up?
The assault. That doesn't add up. The fact that nothing happened. Nothing happened. It came out of nowhere. That doesn't add up. The fact that men assaulted her. That doesn't add up.
When it's only been shown to be women.
It's only shown to have been women. Nothing adds up, pretty much.
It's all changed.
Anything that's not... literally, every statement...
We're not saying that doesn't add up yet.
Every statement that he made on social media prior to this response statement to Barley House doesn't add up. Every single one that's important.
The only elements of that don't add up is because we simply haven't seen the fucking footage yet.
Yes.
No, but it's still his words, though.
You want to know the best part? I talked to a cop. You know that, right? Did you come in at that point?
It's against him because he doesn't have.
Listen to me. You're not listening to me. You're not listening to me. I talked to a cop. I called the Cleveland Police Department. I talked to somebody, a Detective Lancet, who works for is the chief of police of all of Cleveland, and he told me you cannot physically remove somebody in the bar. So if they go after him first, he's in good shape, right? Here's the thing: if you are considered disorderly, they can use equal force.
Yes, equal force.
So if
so if someone thinks you're drunk,
pretty much. It's probably
aggressive in your actions.
Aggression action. It could be a threat. He threatens people all the time.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. You want to know a bullshit law? When I was driving a cab in New Jersey, they told me if you feel threatened, you can throw anybody out of your cab. You want to know how many times that was abused?
So you're telling me, right? If I go order a fucking falafel, Cleveland, wherever the fuck this place is, and I say, "Give me a fucking falafel, you piece of shit," and that guy has a right to punch me in the face.
Well, it'll probably go to court, sort of like this one were. Punch you in the face. Well, first of all, he doesn't claim he was punched in the face.
Yeah.
He said he was choked out.
By a bouncer who was removing him.
He said he was choked out. And like the cop said, they have no right to remove him unless he's disorderly.
It's got to be like a homeless man.
Like if it's a homeless man going, "I fucking kill you," they can't do that. They probably have to call.
I'm gonna fucking bathe you if you don't clean yourself up, you fucking homeless bum. Smacks me in the face, and I'm in the fucking wrong.
It also no, because that's on public property. It's not in an establishment. There are different regulations and rules that really depend on where you are.
It depends what state you're in.
It's a lot of fucking.
According to what the cop told me,
wasn't this outside the establishment in the first place?
No,
that's the problem.
That's the problem.
The event happened in a restricted area in a goddamn employee-only area of the bar. It was down in the hallway. That's where the whole fucking thing actually started.
That's what Banks says is missing.
Everything with Alyssa happened after that original thing. See, that's the thing here. Everyone's saying that it all started with Alyssa. It did not. It started with FaZe and that bouncer when Alyssa was in the bathroom.
And that's another thing that adds up. He said it initially said it started when somebody tried to grab her ass. That has been dismissed. That narrative is gone.
It's been completely ignored.
So he accused these people of sexual assault. He told everybody not to go to their place. It's not to go to their place, which might be against the law. He said that men assaulted her. There's no video evidence of men assaulting her. He said that there was nothing going on. Everything was calm. Everything was cool. It came out of nowhere. That's not true either. Because they got film of him and Richie, and he's dancing around. You know what he told me? He sent me a bunch of DMs tweets today. He said he was just fooling around. That's not going to fly in court. That's what because he said nothing happened, and it shows that he's kind of fooling around, he's like dancing around and put his like that's all the bouncer's got to say.
All that bouncer has to say is when Ricky turned around. When Ricky turned around, he said, "I'm about to fuck you up." That's all he's got
to say, whether it's true or not.
Doesn't matter.
So he could be removed. He could be removed from the place. Look, if the tape comes out, let me put it this simple: if the tape comes out, right, and it shows he got roughed up, it now depends on what happened prior to him being roughed up, because he legally can be roughed up if he was aggressive.
Yep. And that's
if I'm in like a bar in Ohio and I do like a little jig, like a little Irish fucking jig, someone can interpret that as aggressive.
If you're in the face of a bouncer in a restricted area,
and he's telling you to go, and he's telling you to go, and you're just dancing the fucking jig and not going like you're supposed to, like they have the right to throw you out of it. Yeah. Yes.
Because I mean, you're taking situations that are not
now,
in the exact
you
situation
dancing
where
the
it
jig
is.
might not justify being choked out, but it might justify a push towards the door. And here's another thing: Ricky walked out on his own accord. He wasn't dragged out.
All I've concluded from this is that this Ohio law system, if it's true, if what you're saying is true, is just completely fucked.
Well, welcome to America. Fucking go back to your fucking teas and crumpets, you limey. We like it that way.
Just don't flick a cigarette on the ground.
We like it crooked and violent. That's how we like our country, and may God bless America. May it never change.
In the UK countryside, and you could do a little jig in the bouncer's face all you fucking want, and he can't do shit.
Well, not in America.
And you know what? In my experiences here in German bars, not in Germany either.
No, not here either.
Whip the fuck out of people here.
Now, here it's 100% illegal to lay a hand on you, but here's what happens. The cops don't do shit 9 to 10 times unless it gets bloody.
Same thing here in
Yeah,
Germany.
especially with the soldiers. They don't do shit.
No, the MPs will take care of that.
Yeah, the MPs. I'll call the MPs worst
Another
case.
question seems like you're keyed up on Ohio law and shit. The media...
No, we're not. We actually went by a lawyer's statement.
Yeah, no, I'm joking.
Okay.
Joking. The news channels that reported the story, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they're making shit up or fabricating evidence, can they be held accountable?
By Ricky, yeah.
Yeah.
By Ricky, yeah. If they're fabricating
Not by
it.
the police.
Probably not. If they release it selectively, like Ricky's saying, probably
That's
not.
the same thing.
But if they actually made shit up, oh yeah. Oh yeah. And he better sue this time. Not like with Jake Paul. This is what happens.
Oh, did you not listen to the Baited?
The Baited podcast? No,
As
I
much
don't
as
listen
I
to
could.
Baited.
Where we had Banks on.
Why? Was he cool? Guest?
It's good. The lawsuit's still in effect, kind of, sort of.
Kind of, sort of. Exactly. More bullshit from
What
does that mean? You can't. That's the thing. That's the thing about this fucking guy, clown. That's the thing about this fucking guy.
Baited, Tommy, listen to the Baited.
Clown. That doesn't make any sense. If he said kind, did he say kind of, sort of? You file. It's binary. You file a lawsuit or you don't.
I'm not quoting him. I'm saying kind of, sort of, you massive.
So why would you come to the conclusion of kind of, sort of?
Kind of, sort of.
Saying kind of, sort of.
Why did you come to that conclusion?
Basically, Jake Paul negated a part of his contract. Can potentially sue again. That's the gist.
Oh yeah, but all right. So he's kind of not suing him now. He's kind of not suing him now, isn't he? He probably could sue him until the statute of limitations runs out.
Tommy, you need to listen to the words coming out of my fucking mouth.
Yeah, but that's kind of sorta. You let me believe that he was going to say that's not a lawsuit. That's threatening. That's more FaZe Banks.
That's more FaZe Banks threatening.
That's threatening.
Baited. Listen to the Baited.
Why?
Yeah.
So I could kind of sort of find out he didn't file a lawsuit, but he says he could do it again. I'll take your word for it.
We're good. Yeah.
Just listen to the Baited, because I cannot quote him sentence for sentence.
Let me tell you something.
Just
If he sues that fucking guy, I will give you. If he sues Jake Paul, barring another incident, I will give you my firstborn. That's how confident I am. He's full of shit. He is a typical Boston fucking big mouth. All talk, no action.
He's gonna give you the girl, not the boy.
Good luck. Concrete.
What's that?
If he sues Jake Paul, you will give me your baby.
My firstborn. If barring not another incident. If he just up and changes his mind. Oh, I did. I put it right out in front. My firstborn. You can have Tommy. But you know what? You ain't gonna do it.
I get your fucking baby.
Yes, you get my baby. And you guys look alike, and you can go be the Nazi fucking father and son show. How about that?
Sell it.
Because you look just like him. I think you might be his father.
I don't look like your moon-headed child.
Stop that. Don't my wife hear that now.
Oh, man. Come on.
Not now. You're a blonde hair and blue eyes just like him. The only thing he has is curly hair.
I'm not fucking rotund. I'm not a boulder of flesh.
That kid's probably about as tall as you are now, man. You better fucking be careful.
He has a full head of hair now. You haven't seen him in months. And he breaks everything, and I think he fucking bangs his chest like a goddamn ape and destroys shit.
I've seen you do that. I can totally imagine him doing it too.
Jake Paul.
What's that?
I get your baby, right?
Yeah. If he sues Jake Paul without any further, like if Jake Paul does something again, it doesn't count. Because then I think he actually might do something, especially under these past circumstances. Yeah. I think he actually might do something. But if he just up and sues him out of nowhere, kind of sort of, if he kind of sort of sues him before, you can have my firstborn. You can have my firstborn if he kind of sort of sues him.
Your firstborn's not Tommy. It's your secondborn.
Oh yeah, you can have Tommy. I want Laura.
What's the matter with you?
Tommy's a pain in the ass. He's crazy. I don't know what he's gonna grow up like.
Big-headed child. That's the one I want.
They're all have big heads at that age. You got to see him now, dude. He's got it. proportionally, like average-wise, he's got a bigger fucking shoulders than I do.
He's a monster.
He's an absolute fucking beast. He looks like a linebacker.
The chat is asking me serious. What do you want a baby for? Are you stupid?
Look. Let me get to some of the other callers.
I want to take his baby.
Yeah, it's kind of a joke.
Seriously though, let's have a bet on this, like a monetary bet.
Sure.
If he sues Jake Paul, I think about $200. $200. That's a fair bet.
But I want the caveat though. I want the thing if there's no prior incidents if there's no future incidents with Jake Paul, and he just announces one day that he's suing him out of nowhere.
For the events that already took place.
Because you know what, Jake could do something crazy and force him to sue. I'm telling you right now, he is not going to sue on his own out of nowhere. So if you take that agreement, then $200, you got it, bud.
It could be like 5 years from now, but for these originals.
Well, then we'll put a time frame on it too. 2 years.
All right, let's put a time frame.
2 years, and here's the agreement. There's no further incidents to encourage him for baseball.
Yeah, no,
if he goes up, if he writes on social, if he posts, if Jake Paul or him post on social media the complaint, plaintiff versus defendant, I owe you $200. But if fucking Jake tries some more shit on Banks, which by the way he might do, because he tried to hit Rice Gum when he was weak as well, right after the iDubbbz thing, then no, it doesn't count because he might be in a position where he has to at that point.
24 months.
24 months. He's got it, but he's got to do it out of nowhere with no incident. And I got that recorded.
You're
probably going to do it now.
2 years. I'll be
2 years. I'll give you 2 years.
Tommy, just so you know,
statute of limitations probably isn't even that long.
Hey, just so you know, FaZe Banks' video is up. It's 34, almost 35 minutes long.
Okay.
So it's up.
Goodbye, everybody. All right, now I'll take some calls because everybody's going to watch that video. Bye, clown. Thanks for calling, buddy.
Take it easy.
Take it, brother. Colossal's Crazy, everybody. Making sure you check him out. And Colossal's Lazy and Colossal's Crazy, his website. Really do appreciate that.
By the way, as soon as we're done here, I'm going to be having my show going on. Just waiting for this to finish. And I'm going to have Deodor Anthony on with me tonight, co-hosting. We're going to talk about
Do you want to boogie and have me take calls?
No, he knows that I'm waiting on you, man.
Okay. Oh, he does? All right.
Yeah. I told him when we're done.
Okay. Simpson, quick, on the air. What you got?
All right, quick. Yeah. Look, it sounds good.
It sounds great, actually.
I was just going to say it's kind of funny how Banks is always changing his story as each video came out. It's like each more evidence came out and then he's like, oh, change the narrative slightly. And like you said,
yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if this could have serious ramifications. That's just me, though.
I think they're suing him. And I told you he wouldn't sue. I remember I told you he wouldn't sue Paul. He didn't.
He called it. He called it again, I reckon.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I'm sure he told him, you do this to me again, I'll sue you. And guess what? Something happened again. He didn't do it.
Exactly.
When I was in England, something happened again. He didn't do it. He's not going to do it. He's all bark, no bite. Otherwise, I'm down $200.
Anyway, will this not be twice in a row you're correct for Tinfoil Tommy?
Yeah, Tinfoil Tyler keeps getting it right. Fucking Keem's like, you gotta do it just so he's wrong. You know, but I'll pay out either way. I'll pay out either way if there's got to be no. All right, I gotta get to the other guy, Simpson. I'll talk to you later. Buddy.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye.
I like this name, Hamster Dancer. You're on here.
Hamster Dancer.
You guys better be ready because I want to get to many of you. I know because I had a YouTube celeb on. Hamster Dancer, you're on the air. What's up, man?
Hi, Tommy.
Yeah, what's up, brother?
I think he just can't shut up, can he?
Oh, no, I don't think he can.
It just seems like he prefers to act like an idiot instead of a pussy.
I think it's worked in the past. But see, he's in normie country over there. He's not in our world. In our world, you can get away with that. It's Keemstar. he's in normie land over there. And he can't shut up. I know no one's going to believe me. I hope it works out for him. I'll eat crow. Fuck it. It ain't the first time, you know. But it just doesn't look that good.
No.
You know. And to be honest with you, something tells me it's gonna be 30 minutes of denials, no evidence.
More than likely.
I just think
because that's all he did to me when he talked to me and he deleted all the tweets. He just denied everything.
Again, we're hoping that there is some stuff that he can point to, and this could all be fucking resolved.
I mean, his girlfriend did get assaulted, and we don't like that. And I like to see, you know, if somebody gets justice for that, if she gets justice for that, I'd be more than happy for it. Whether Cleveland, but I know how things works in the States, especially in places like Cleveland. They got murders to worry about. You know. All right,
unfortunately, that news station has set this up perfectly for the Barley House. They've set it up perfectly for him.
Yeah. How much you want to bet they saw the whole thing?
Oh, I'll bet they have.
Yeah.
I bet they have.
Unless Barley House is pulling some shit and only gave him half of it for that reason.
They could have. Very well could have, because they're going to release the rest of them themselves today, apparently. That's what they said.
Yeah. All right, Hamster. You had one more thing to say?
I was just saying, it just thinks his running mouth just gets him into more trouble as time goes on. If he just shut up, then I don't think he'd be anywhere.
He's from Boston. He's from Boston. He probably has a lot of Irish blood. Boston area. So.
Always goes back to Irish. Always.
It does. It always gets back. There's a problem with those people. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Holy shit. Apparently, Banks' Twitter account just got suspended.
Oh, shit.
And it might have something to do with that, too. Ooh, boy. Ooh, boy. Ooh-wee.
Do we know that for a fact?
No, that's what they're saying in the chat. We don't know for a fact. I'll go check right now.
I'm afraid Snapchat didn't get suspended.
Yep. Well, no, because they were on Twitter as well.
Boy, that's a guy. And that's a guy with a... nope, I got it. He's up.
He's still up? Yeah, he's still up.
Well, it may have been a short suspension, too.
You guys are liars. People in the chat.
Well, no, it doesn't necessarily mean he's a liar. Well, he posted something 7 minutes ago, so the odds are pretty slim. So he's still up. It's not down, but maybe he got suspended for a tweet, and he might have the thing that happened to Chris Reagan. Might be off for a week or something. Yeah. King of the Thrill, you're on the air. What's up, bud?
Hey, Tommy, can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. What's up, Ben?
All right, so I think FaZe has grounds for a lawsuit against the bar.
You did? He may have.
When they ripped his hat off,
yeah,
everybody saw that bald spot.
Stop
it.
I'm your host, FaZe Keemstar.
All right. Is that all you have to say, King of the Thrill?
Yeah, pretty much, man. I can barely hear you, so I got to get a headset next time.
All right, yeah. I'll talk to you later, bud. He did look like a fucking... he looked like a Belgian monk. You know? He did. He looked like a monk with that hair.
A little bit. A little bit.
Oh, God. Somebody really terrible and get to the point said he's so rich.
Belgian monk.
That's what he looks like. You know, they have the fucking hair on the side, but not in the middle.
It took a second to hit me. I got the visualization.
He looks like a Belgian
I started
monk.
thinking of waffles.
Well, I drink a lot. I have a drinking problem. And I know a lot about Belgian booze. Strony Dries. You're on the air, bud.
Hey, well, hold on real quick. I just had 3 things real quick.
Go ahead. Get them quick, though, bud.
I don't. Banks said that it came out of nowhere, but the Barley House is claiming that he went into the girls' bathroom with them. That's why they're.
I didn't see them. They didn't claim that.
That's
did they?
not exactly what they said.
I don't think the Barley House claimed that.
That's what Banks claimed in the Drama Alert video. That's his narrative.
Well, we saw the statement, and we saw the Barley House statement, and I know nowhere that I know of it said he was
waiting outside. Banks had said during the Drama Alert interview, he said that's what Barley House is claiming.
When?
Not in the statement.
Not in the statement. If they did, it's not in the statement.
I'm just saying. I'm just claiming what he said.
You're just telling me that fucking that's something.
In the statement,
I tell you
was
what,
waiting outside the bathroom.
Waiting outside the bathroom.
What?
Not in the
In
bathroom.
a
restricted area.
The reason, what they're claiming is that he went inside the bathroom, and he also said that.
I didn't see that in writing.
Us.
I never saw that in writing. I didn't see that in their first statement. They just said, "Poor us. We're getting lots of social media threats. Our staff acted well. He refused to leave."
I think
that's all I read.
Him I think it's more what he's trying to say. What their reasoning is.
All right, real quick with the other two. I mean, super quick.
Okay, yeah, I'm trying to get. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
Alyssa got assaulted inside the Barley House while Banks was getting escorted out. He said that the bouncer, the guy who assaulted her, was escorting her up the stairs and knocked her down.
Down the stairs, yes, we're aware of that. Well, there's no evidence of that yet.
They're also going to have to show that it was his push that did it, and there wasn't just 17 people on the stairs, which we saw that there were. And she just tripped and fell.
She fell.
There's different things here, man. There's
he
so
pushed
much
me.
going on.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, right. It's a lot, man. We're going to have to see some evidence.
That's where he's claiming the man hit her. So, but okay.
Okay.
And also, he said he.
But that's fucked because here's the thing. That's fucked. That doesn't make any sense because he sit there. Look what this guy did to my girlfriend's face. And then he changed his statement and said she fell down the stairs because she was pushed.
Scraped the leg.
Or scraped the leg.
She got
so that's actually pointing out another contradiction.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm just pointing out the contradictions in his thing. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Sound like you're defending him, man.
Yeah, we're idiots. we want to fight. To be honest.
We want to fight.
Last one, go.
I'm with you guys. There's a bunch of contradictions.
We want to fight.
I'm just trying to point out his contradiction.
Okay.
And also, he claimed that he threw a plastic bottle, not glass, like they're claiming.
He did in the interview.
They just said glass.
In the interview, yeah. He said that in the interview. He said a plastic bottle.
Okay. Did you get that wrong, Dave?
No, I just repeated what they said.
Okay,
glass.
okay.
I said glass. I said glass.
Okay. Well, I think that's the least of his problems.
That can be a subjective.
It didn't hit
term.
anybody. He's probably going to be all right.
It's just a stupid statement, but I'm just pointing out the inconsistencies in his stories and stuff.
Talk to you later, bud. Thanks for the call. See, I want to get Jay Venom on the air. Wrong. Oh, fuck. Were you on the air, bud?
Yeah, how's it going?
Get to one question. Go. Or statement.
There's just one point that I want to kind of bring up.
Sure.
Like, the point about them not showing all the footage. I mean, that's kind of shady, but I get where they're coming from.
Yeah, if they're trying to get him to run his fucking mouth and lie, it's just smart.
Working, yeah.
Well, here's the one thing, though. Remember from one of the first videos where that girl's like, you want to get your ass beat too, or something like that? Well, that implies that either, probably Banks got in some kind of scuffle.
Yeah. I mean, we mentioned that the other day. That's probably true.
We've already seen it, too. That could have been, she could have been referring to the incident that
do
Banks
me a favor.
was saying.
Look at the title of the video.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Read the title of the video. It really depends. And the cop told me it depends on the circumstance, which totally depends on the way Banks behaved inside in that situation with Richie.
Yeah, we're not saying he didn't get assaulted. We're just saying
we're just saying there's no evidence of it.
And even if he did, depending on how it started,
that's
it
probably
might
why
not
they're
matter.
not showing the footage.
Well, it could be, but we don't know that. Or the rope-a-doping him. They're letting him bury himself.
It's total speculation.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm not saying it's bad.
Even if they show it, we see it, but they still have to be able to prove that was the first aggression. And the fact is, according to the cop that Tommy talked to and fucking Ohio State law, if they could fucking just simply say that Banks was being aggressive, that bouncer has a right to get him out of that area.
And all his behavior after that will probably be admissible.
So it might not even matter.
All that guy's got to say is he threatened me.
FaZe Banks.
Yeah, all he's got to say, whether it's true or not, is he threatened me and I was in danger. I was scared of this guy. He's a big star. I didn't know what to do.
Oh,
turned around. He started bouncing around. He was going to fuck me up.
Like he'd be gone.
It's not what you know, it's what you can prove. And here's the interesting part. It'd be a lot easier for Barley House to fire this guy and kiss his ass, which is what they normally do, by the way.
I do have one defensive point
for
Banks that I think is kind of interesting. If you look at the footage when Alyssa gets socked, look at where Banks is looking. It doesn't necessarily look like what he's seeing, and he's seeing it from behind. Mm-hmm. So there is a chance that he might have thought the guy.
Oh, I agree with you 100%.
100%.
Yeah. 100%. He was all fucking hopped up. Yeah, 100%.
Well,
guess what?
From his perspective,
No. That he struck his girlfriend. Yeah, you're probably right. In fact, I'm willing to bet that's the truth. Guess what? You still can't hit him by law. Right.
Oh,
it's on
I'm
tape.
not saying he was justified. I'm saying I'm just trying to reason it out.
Yeah. No, I generally.
And again, all the reasons are fine and dandy, but it's still, like in the title of the video, might not matter.
It might not
in the
matter.
context of what we're saying.
Look,
we're not
he is spinning this narrative, which he always does, that Barley House is fucked. I don't think so.
Right.
No, they're legally
maybe not on social media. He might not be fucked on social media, but I don't know if that goes to a jury. There'll probably be a settlement.
Yeah.
I gotta go. I'll talk to you later.
Take it easy, guys.
Take it easy, man.
Is Zalen a good call? He's absolutely the last one. Zalen, you're on the air. Quick. 3.
Yo, what's up, Tommy?
Real quick, spit it.
Yo, I think Banks is hiding something, because my man's just like fucking changing the story. I sometimes lie to get out of shit. Like just a month ago, I got in the fight, and I was talking shit to the guy. But he hit me first, so I had to think, okay, we've got cameras, but they don't get audio.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, okay, he hit me first, it's on camera. So I know what I can get away with it. I don't think he knew there was a camera in the hallway. That's why he tried to act like I did nothing. I had no aggressive bone in my body. He thought he could get away with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe. That's speculation, but very well possible.
Maybe he thought he'd get away with it. Yeah. I gotta be honest with you. It looks like he thought he could get away with this. It looks like he didn't think it through.
Because I know that feeling. You know what I mean? Because I try to get away with shit a lot of the time.
All right.
I've used this move, Tommy. Yeah.
You're real quiet. I gotta let you go and end the show and let Dave do his thing. All right.
All right, dude.
All right. Bye. I'm gonna put Deodor Anthony, YouTuber. He's gonna be on with Dead on Dave. He's on right now. Anthony.
Oh, hey, how's it going, Dave?
All right, man.
What's up,
We're gonna end the show right now. Deodor Anthony's going on with Dead on Dave. You ready for your Dead on Dave show?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fucking amazing, man.
Do you want to make a comment on this whole thing?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing I wanted to kind of defend.
No, okay.
No. Wait a second. No,
Save
fuck
it.
Tommy. I just gave him an hour and a half.
Okay,
Save it for my show.
I'm so sorry.
We will continue this comment that I have on Dead on Dave's show.
That's right, everybody. Thank you for being part of Shot to the Point Live. I'll see you real soon. Go to Dead on Dave stream next. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
The almighty infinite, independent excellence, devil fighting, rebel titan, weed smoking alchemist, fake identities, okay, you cool with Jason Bourne, running with these Wolverines, okay, you about to catch a storm. I ain't never been a liar, got tired of niggas playing me, head in my legs like she about to catch a pedigree, Chi-Town to King's home, slapping fives, black stones, 6 mile to danger zones, bullets look like waffle cones, folk affiliated to evolution of Machiavelli, don't make me lead them eagles to you like I'm Chip Kelly. They feel my struggle, I express it through my hip hop. I'm about to make it hard to breathe. Here's a headline.